This one is making a predictable joke to kick off this article. It wonders if many sentient races are familiar with Hanar lore. It also wonders whether the levo-amino life from reading this is sick of this joke yet. This one is. Let's talk about the Hanar. The Hanar are tall invertebrates resembling jellyfish. Well, the tall part is really a technicality, as Hanar aren't able to actually stand on their own, at least not in the gravity of most worlds aside from their own. Instead, those Hanar venturing out of their aquatic homeworld of Karje employ hidden levitation packs. Contrary to how it may look, whenever a Hanar is seen on, for example, the Citadel, it isn't supporting its own weight, as a Hanar's tentacles can barely lift and support a fifth of a pound. Though they can't support the body, these tentacles are said to contain a powerful natural poison. The Hanar also appear capable of breathing in atmospheres preferred by most other known races, though this action may also be assisted by tech. You'll notice the use of gender-neutral terms such as they and it. No, this isn't an indication of how progressive the Hanar are about social issues that we know of. It is in face due to how relatively little we know about them, including their concept of gender. Considering that they're an aquatic species, as well as their resemblance to jellyfish, many theorise that the Hanar reproduce asexually, though this hasn't been confirmed. Religion plays a substantial role in the society of the Hanar. But to be more specific, they worship the Protheans, which we will get onto one of these days, we promise, whom they call the Enkindlers. It is their belief that the Enkindlers uplifted them, like the Solarians did to the Krogan, but with less murder, as a species and gave them civilization. Since these beliefs stemmed from the discovery of Prothean ruins on Karje, it is certainly possible they may be based at least partially in the truth. The Hanar are notable for rescuing the Drell race from a similar fate to that of the Krogan, when their home planet of Rakhana had become dangerously overpopulated. After extracting several 100,000 Drell from the planet, the rescued beings integrated into Hanar society as a client race. This is similar to the Volus' relationship with the Turians, but with more murder. One of the most common ways for a Drell to serve the Hanar is an assassin. Regardless of the natural poison Hanar can produce, they are generally in no position to carry out any sort of violent acts on their own, due to their fragile and unwieldy nature on land, so they send Drell to do their killings for them. This just goes to show that even among the most cuddly looking species, odds are at least some of them want you dead. Each Hanar has two names. The face name is that which is given to strangers and any others who aren't intimately familiar with the individual. So some examples of this are Opold or Zibmandus. The soul name, however, is only used among close-knit groups and individuals. The soul name, when translated, tends to describe the individual. For instance, the soul name of Zibmandus translates to regardless the works of the Enkindlers in despair. This could mean that soul names are chosen rather than given. In the same vein, the Hanar typically refer to themselves in the third person by saying this one or it, which also stems from their relatively private ways.
Why do you refer to yourself as this one and it?
For the same reason that humans are so inquisitive. It is part of our culture. Specifically, Hanar only refer to themselves in the first person with family or intimates.
It is seen as arrogant to refer to oneself in the first person, and thus Hanar will only do so among much more intimate company. When in public, they are formal and polite to a fault, no matter their feelings about the other person. That isn't to say that they won't voice an unfavourable opinion. It's entirely possible to hear a Hanar say something like, "This one would like to see you dead." Clearly, grammatical etiquette takes priority over that annoying social flaw, plus of wishing death upon a stranger. It's also worth mentioning that the Hanar communicate through bioluminescence, that is biological emissions of light, rather than verbal language. This is why they sound so unique when heard through a translator, as well as why they all appear to have the same voice. It is theorized that translation software incorporates the speaker's actual voice when translating, but since the Hanar have none, a default sound was likely chosen. Their language plays a large role in their culture, as there is even a religious holiday dedicated to this gift given by the Enkindlers. The holiday, Nyahir, translates First Cresting Bloom, which lasts 13 days and involves various celebrations and activities such as debates and even duels fought by reciting prose. That's right, the Hanar have weaponized poetry slams. Admittedly, not much is known about the Hanar or their culture, but unfortunately this doesn't make for a terribly riveting article, but we certainly hope you learned something today. If not, we certainly hope you enjoyed wasting your time just as much as we did. So just to finish off the video, as Hanar are a minor race with few mentions, this week they are being replaced with some fun facts that you might not have known. So firstly, every Hanar in the Mass Effect series so far is voiced by Mark Meer, who is the same voice actor of that of Male Shepard. Secondly, the Hanar voice effect as seen in my intro can be achieved by using a simple reverse, reverb, reverse in Audacity. Due to Hanar being composed of mostly water, Hanar do not drink or produce alcoholic beverages, and instead prefer to get their buzz from hallucinogenic minefish. Next, Kaje's climate is similar to that of Earth, meaning humans like you could live on the surface. But oddly enough, while the Drell can technically survive there, the humid environment doesn't fully agree with their biology, so check out our Drell lore if you want to. And finally, it is also theorized that Santa Claus is actually a Hanar. Nah, we're just kidding. This is completely untrue. Nobody theorizes this. We just made it out to fill up the fun fact section. So, what do you think of the Hanar? Maybe you still find them adorable? Or perhaps now you'll think twice before calling one a big stupid jellyfish? No matter your thoughts on the matter, we want to hear them in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed this video, and don't forget to subscribe for more Mass Effect content in the future. And I hope to see you all in the next future video.